What is up, you guys? It is Jazz, and on my channel I talk about nursing, hair, and holistic health and wellness. If this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. And if you are returning, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. So in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and go over the list of reasons that I came up with of why I'm glad that I started in a non-traditional, non-bedside, non-hospital nursing job. I feel like once we graduate from nursing school, it's the norm to kind of want to go into bedside nursing, to want to start in med-surg and start in very specific type of jobs and roles. But I believe, that everybody's journey is individual and different. And so we can't really just apply these one-size-fits-all rules to everybody and expect it to work. So personally, right now, I think that my non-hospital job is working very well for me. I think that my current job is better than any job for myself that I would currently get in the hospital. And I'm very happy where I currently am. So it really just goes to show you can't rely on what other people in society think you should do. So in this video, I'm just gonna go through some of those reasons of why I am so happy with my job. Definitely make sure to check out part 2 to this video, which will be coming soon, which is my short list of cons of starting in a non-hospital job. I gotta make sure I play devil's advocate for y'all, and I'm gonna show you both sides of the coin. So definitely tune into that video as well to hear what I have to say for the flip side. And let me just say this for all of this, okay? For each and every one of these reasons, this is specific to me. So something that might be a pro for me could be a con for you. And on top of that, my job is just one of many non-hospital jobs. So just because one of these things applies to my job doesn't mean that this applies to every non-hospital job out there, okay? So let me just put that out as a disclaimer because I don't want anyone to, start getting happy and typing with their fingers at me. Now that we got the intro out the way, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Okay, starting off with reason number 1. The first pro of my non-hospital job is that I don't work 12-hour shifts. The truth of the matter is 12-hour shifts just take a toll. And when you're working 12-hour shifts, especially if you're working them back to back, that pretty much just takes up your mind and your energy and focuses it all on work for pretty much a half of your week. Because if you're working 12 hours, all you really have to do in between your shifts is come home, sleep, eat, and repeat. I think personally for me, with working 8-hour shifts, that gives me more time throughout each day to be focused on my personal life and things I want to focus on versus my whole day being focused solely around work. On top of this, I feel like it's really beneficial for my relationship with my daughter and my boyfriend. Specifically though, my daughter, I wanted to make sure that I still get to spend some time with her every single day, and working 8-hour shifts allows me to do that. Reason number 2, the second pro of my non-hospital job is that I work a set schedule. Like I said, this might not be the case for all non-hospital jobs. For example, maybe in home health, you don't work a set schedule. But for my particular job, I work in a lab, and our lab is open from 7:30 to 4, Monday to Friday. So those are the times that I work. I really like this because for our family, it makes it a lot easier to coordinate our schedules. If I had a schedule that was kind of all over the place, it would be very hard for Deontay to then plan his schedule around mine. So me having a set schedule makes it very easy with coordinating between the two of us and our daughter. If I would have started in the hospital, I might not be lucky to have a set schedule every week, especially being new. A lot of times things might go by seniority. And so I could have had a schedule that was totally all over the place, not really knowing what to expect week to week. And that would have been very hard for me and my family. Reason number 3, the third pro of my non-hospital job, how I mentioned that I work in a lab and our hours are 7:30 to 4. We don't really have to come early or stay much later than that. I know that if I was working in the hospital, I would be one of those nurses who wanted to get there really early to look up all my patient charts, get my patient notes ready and started going so that it's pretty much already done by the time I get handoff. And we all know that you don't end your shift right at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is just when you get ready to go start handoff to the next shift. And so those 12-hour days are really 13, 14-hour days. So personally, I like that I know I just need to be to work maybe 5 minutes early and I'm good. And for the most part, we leave at 4 o'clock every day. Clock out 4 o'clock on the dot, walking to my car. Number 4, the next pro of my non-hospital job is that it allows me to work during the day, which means it allows me to have a normal sleep schedule. If I were to be starting off in the hospital as a new grad, I would most likely be on night shift. And you know, when you work night shift, your sleep schedule just gets thrown all out of whack. And I feel like I would have been able to do night shift. Like, honestly, when I was at first thinking about working and I wanted to start in the hospital, I kind of wanted to start on night shift. And I know I could do it and it would be okay. But personally, right now in my life, I'm trying to focus a lot on consistency and discipline in a lot of personal areas of my life. And so getting to just have a normal circadian rhythm and be able to sleep at night when I just actually want to sleep, I feel like just contributes a lot to being able to do all these other things, maintain consistency and maintain discipline in other areas of my life. Okay, next up, the next pro of my non-hospital job is that for me, it is a very low stress job. It might sound crazy to say that, you know, I'm looking for a nursing job and I want it to be low stress, but that's really what I was hoping that I would find in a first job, is something that is relatively low stress for me, because currently I really want my home life and my personal life to be the biggest focus of my life. I really knew I did not want a job that was gonna make me start carrying it home with me mentally and emotionally every day when I came home. And the reason I think that my job is so low stress is because it's a very routine job. So with my job being very routine, once I got the hang of my job down, it's like I know every day going into work relatively what to expect. Obviously, I don't know how many people are gonna come in that day. I don't know how busy we're gonna be, but I know that my role and what I'm gonna do is pretty much gonna be the same day to day. Versus in a hospital, you just never know what's gonna come up. Like, you never know what you're gonna deal with day to day. And I feel like that kind of just adds on to the stress of it. So that's something that I really appreciate, is that when I come home, I do not think about work. Like, I don't have to be stressed out about work. I don't feel anxious about going to work. And I know that that would not be the case if I was working in the hospital, at least for the first, good chunk of time as I was getting used to it. And the last reason of this video, the last benefit and pro of my non-hospital job, is that I just am happier and in a better mood when I'm at work. This really just solely has to do with the fact that I didn't want to work in the hospital. So because I didn't want to work in the hospital, I didn't. And that is a pro, because you have to just kind of listen to yourself. Like, if you know that you don't want to go and work somewhere and then you still choose to put yourself in that environment, it's going to be very hard to carry yourself in a positive spirit day to day throughout that environment. And so I'm very happy that I listened to myself and did what I felt was right for myself, because truly when I go to work every day, like, I love my coworkers. I love talking with them every day, working with them as a team, and I just feel overall happy when I'm at work. Like, it's not a negative environment to be in. It doesn't make me feel negative when I think about it. And overall, like, my attitude towards work is just positive and grateful, and overall, like, a good outlook toward it. At the end of the day, I'm just starting my career, and I don't want to be putting so much energy into just getting myself up out of bed to go to work every day. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be something that's negatively draining you like that. So that brings us to the end of my list. Overall, I would just say that my job working outside of the hospital helps to bring a lot of consistency and stability into my life, and especially with my work schedule. And because of this, I feel like my job really allows me to maintain my happiness in my personal life and to really keep most of my energy and my focus on it, which is truly what I want to do. Not only do I want to, you know, be focusing more on my personal life, but that's something that's very important to me because I just don't have the time right now to be feeling burnt out from a job already. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so young. I have the rest of my life ahead of me. I just didn't want to put myself into a position where I'm starting off my career miserable. You know what I mean? And so overall, I'm just very, 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 very grateful for my job. I swear I say it like every single day, but I really, truly am. And it really provides so many benefits to me and what I need for my personal life. If you have any other pros or benefits of non-hospital jobs that you can think of, definitely make sure to leave that down below to share with everyone else as well. And definitely make sure to come back for part 2 of this video, which is going to be my list of cons or not so great things about my non-hospital job. Lastly, I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by and tuning into this video with me today. I hope to see you back very soon. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye guys.